Well, Terry, that's just what Yeovil Town needed tonight, a valuable 3 points.
Yes, it was, and it's been a tough week. I've just said it in the press there. It's been so sort of gut wrenching. It's almost been like for the supporters, for myself, and for people behind the club. It's been like a death in the family with someone that has been such a legend at the football club and part of every bit of my success has been there and helped me along the way. And for it to be such a tough week and for us to come out the other end and get off to a good start, it's it's a real positive for everyone. And Gary gave me a phone call, funny enough, this afternoon, and he said I think he was in disguise somewhere in Bristol shopping and getting Karen a birthday present. So he wished me well, and he said now that he's going to be Yeovil's #1 supporter. So there's still feeling there, and there's still good wishes from him and from the other side of the club as well. And now we've just got to move on. And today was it was a decent day.
Is the win more impressive because you fell behind? You had to come from behind to win the game today.
Well, we talked, I think it was on Thursday, about dealing with adversity, being resilient, and I thought we was definitely them two today. We played really well in the opening sort of 10 or 15 minutes, and we said we was going to try and create a tempo, fast passing, switching the play, also with a different shape that they had to take on board, and then we give a couple of passes away, and then confidence started to dwindle. But one thing I've got to mention was that I asked the supporters midweek to get behind us, and I thought today they definitely gave us that. There wasn't any sort of negativity flowing around the crowd, and the players felt that in the warm-up, and I think that gave them the confidence to really go out there and move the ball around quickly.
You need goals if you're to stay up. Gozziugu 3 and 5. I mean, the stats say that he could be the man to get you out of trouble. Yeah,
I think he was disappointed as well that he didn't maybe hit one or two more, or at least an assist on the back of it as well. The one for me was AJ today, because he's really sort of put in good performances without that goal. And I said to him, from where he's come from and the sort of upbringing that he's had, technically he's one of our best players, and he sort of needs to, he needs to sort of step through that, and he needs to become a real man and really fulfil his potential. Because when you go through as a graduate at Crewe, you've definitely got to have some form of ability, and he's got that. And it's just the mental side of him now filling into a man and taking his opportunities.
And mentally, you're not bottom of the table tonight. Will that mean anything to you and the players?
No, doesn't mean a thing, because we've got a points total that we're trying to get to, and if we'd have been beaten today, the thing that I was looking for most was the level of performance for us to try and gain momentum moving forward into these games. Now, it's no good us getting a win now and then not winning for the next 5 or 6. You go back behind the place that you was in. We was on a decent run before this, and we just really focused on the way that we was going to play, being resilient. We spoke about if something went against us, we didn't panic, we didn't just kick the ball forward. And I thought, a set play goal that we'd worked on Thursday, and the other one which was little through balls, third man runners, and AJ really took his goal well, although a little bit scrappy. But at this position, I definitely would take that.
And the result helped, but did you enjoy today, the experience of being in charge?
I said I was going to, no matter what happened today or what happens within this period of management, to be a 39-year-old and to have 2 cracks at management, and be an assistant manager to someone that was 1 game away from the Premier League, and also getting a conference team 10 years ago into the Championship at Wembley against a team that's sitting in the playoff places in the Championship as we speak, then I've enjoyed every minute of it to be here. And if it carries on for another 3 games, 2 years, 10 years, I'll enjoy every day of it. I've been here 16 years now. I've seen a hell of a lot of success, seen a few hard times and a few struggles as a player and as a manager, and just got to carry on. I'm an employee of this football club until I'm told otherwise. We're all going to give it our best. And special mention to Darren Way today, because his support's been vital. And he's one thing with Darren, I think we all know, is that if he doesn't feel like I'm doing something right, he's very quick to tell me.
With your blessing, can I just ask a couple of questions on Crewe? Of course, you mentioned it there, just you want to back up today with another good performance and a result on Tuesday.
Yeah, but they had an excellent win today, haven't they? So, and they've been climbing up the table, and it's a tough game. We're all focusing on now recovery, making sure that the players the same group of players along with the substitutes and maybe one or two coming back, get up there prepared, and we need to go back to back. If we're going to do anything this season, we've got to go back to back and get results. And you know, it starts by tomorrow's preparation, recovery, and how we move forward into this game.
I guess they're the home team. The pressure might be on them on Tuesday, but you just don't know, do you? These games down towards the bottom.
No, you don't. And it was, you know, it was a cagey affair at times here today as well. So we'll sort of reassess tomorrow and get our game plan. And my game plan's not really squarely in my head at the moment because we've just been focusing on this and a hell of a lot of things that's gone on. But the one thing I've noticed second time round, I maybe would have panicked, or me and Darren might have panicked with decisions and tried to chase the game earlier. But you know, with that little bit of experience and working with Gary as well, you know how to sort of stay patient. And I think rather than chase it, we sort of earned our way to that win with the way that we played. And
just finally, as the goals went in, there was a confidence, and the players just showed what they can do when they've got the belief.
Yeah, well, it worried me a little bit when Kiefer kept Cruyffing the ball in the middle of the park, but I said what I wasn't going to do is I wasn't going to chastise anyone for expressing themselves. And listen, I think he's been a revelation since he's gone back to centre half. And one thing I will say is that he's got all the attributes, and you know, the physicality, the way that he thinks, the way he does things simple. I think he could go a hell of a long way. You know, I mean, he's still a centre forward as well. And I remember I played with a player called Ian Pearce that was at Blackburn, and he could switch between the two. And of course, Chris Sutton could switch between the two. And you double your value if you can go up the other end and get goals. And I'll definitely play him in both positions. There's no doubts about that. But you know, with him in there with Stephen Arthur and Nuge, and you know, I thought Arthur did well today to be coming back from a hell of a long layoff through Jed Steers' sort of form, and he responded well today. So for me, there was a lot of pleasing things with the players, but it's just a start.